Okay, can you hear me now? Oh, we don't have the microphones. Hang on. We're gonna get them. But for now, you're gonna have to deal with our very average um, audio. Guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys all survived the great floods. The great floods of 2024. Our street was I saw a Ford Escape, like a little SUV going down the road, and the water was literally up to the bottom of the door panels. And right behind it was a Honda Civic who went halfway in, saw their hood disappear under some water, and just reversed back and went home. So it was an awesome, awesome morning. Just people watching from the window in the kitchen. So at home workouts today. Yeah, I tell you, Blondo was a mess, a hot mess. But
Lifetime kicked people out because
they're like, it's not safe for you to be here.
yeah. They were like, you have to go underground, and then they were like, some of y'all got to leave.
There's not enough room for all of you.
No, I don't think it was like that.
Last night?
No, this morning.
Oh,
All right. Well, I'm glad. It sounds like most people are okay. Most listings are okay. We'll see if Eric's got one that was in a questionable area down by UNO. So we'll see. Hopefully they came out okay. Yeah, but if not, let us know. We got people at Surf Pro, and we've got some of the professionals that can help clean that stuff up. So start this off right. Anybody have any wins? Anything good going on?
I do. Yeah. Somebody from social media yesterday reached out. Within 6 hours, they were here having a meeting about what Meraki's like. So they'll be joining us for role play Wednesday and Thursday, and see if it's a good fit. So small win.
I love it. I love it. Really quickly, will you just give us your 30 seconds of what is the social media challenge? Why are you doing it? What are the results that tend to come from social media in your eyes?
Social media challenge is one post every day, and that could be an ad, that could be like a high quality story post, that could be a regular post. And then reaching out to 50 people every day through their comments, DMs, replying on stories, stuff like that. And then also filling out the journal and sending it into the chat. I know there's buyers and sellers challenge you guys are familiar with, but that would be kind of what it is. And then the goal is to build our brand, which seems to have worked from the conversations I've had, which makes sense because they're from social media. And then also, gain more of a following to have a whole lot of give, just to stay top of mind.
Love it. Is there an end goal at the end of all that?
Ultimately just growth for Meraki.
Man, don't be scared. You can say it. Come on, no secret agent business out here. Yes,
there we go.
we would love for people to join the team if they're a good fit. Absolutely. Guys, just a
situation.
just a pro tip for you guys. Because I know what you're trying to do, and I feel you because I've been in your shoes. I've tried the whole secret agent thing. I just want you to know it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's okay to let people know that you're in business and you can help them. So as long as you come from the point of actually providing value, you don't have to be a secret agent. You can tell people, we'd love for you to join the team if it makes sense for everybody. But it doesn't make sense for everybody. So that's okay. That's okay too. I love that. And I love that you mentioned the buyer and seller challenge, which obviously all you guys have access to. One of those things where at the end of the day, they're very similar from the standpoint of you are making contacts, lots and lots and lots of contacts. You are doing tremendous amounts of action. You are improving your mindset daily and adding the accountability of sharing it into the group so that other people know what you're up to. And all of those things to accumulate the goal of growing your business, right? So for you guys, more clients would be buyers and sellers. For him, more clients is more of us, more agents that he can help produce their real estate careers. Go ahead.
And with that was actually one of the things that had come up of the 90-day onboarding process, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, because he's in his first month in real estate, and I think he's done one deal already. So when I was, I didn't necessarily know that, but he was asking about our structure, and I was like, tell him we have a 90-day system. He was super interested, and I was like, I'm not gonna tell you too much about it, but just asking about him. So
out of curiosity, how long did it take you to do your first deal? Aloha, how long did it take you to do your first deal? How long take you to do your first deal?
That's a good question.
More than a month, less than a month? How long?
Took me probably 4.5 months.
Yeah, about 4 months,
Which
2
I-
months or so.
Could be wrong. It's very possible.
Aloha 5 months as well. Yes. The fella got one, so something to be proud of, but not an easy game. Definitely not an easy game.
Great.
We got an agent joining this week who took 9 months to get his first one over the hump. So, and my coach, the original Ricky Caruth, my boy, took 8 months to get his first one, and now sells over 100 properties every year. So, there's no wrong way to start as long as you get started. So, cool, love it. Other wins?
I got a commercial lease executed, but just have to make sure it's all accepted.
Is it signed yet?
It's all executed, but the thing is, we're a week late on our signature, so they had another tenant that was thinking of entertaining the space, but we had already done all negotiations, and they just had to convince the higher up that the investment would pay off, and just took a little bit longer than expected. So we got everything executed and delivered. Now just waiting for that email back to us here to yes or no.
Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. Well, keep us posted. Sounds like we're almost over the finish line. Commercial lease is a whole different animal. So highly recommend. If you don't know what you're doing, just get some help. It's better to bring somebody in. Yes. Don't just posture to your clients, pretend like you know it all, because it's just not worth it in the end.
You can you can know the groundwork to it, but it's like once you get into details, it's better to keep it all.
Yep. And it's great to have some of that experience, because even though you might know conceptually what's going on, experience might be able to help you overcome some of the hurdles that are coming ahead that you can't see. So cool. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk a little bit about objection handling. This week is all about objection handling 101. What happens when people object to you? Okay. Yesterday we just talked at length just around the idea that the first thing before you ever begin overcoming objections, before you begin handling objections, before you begin even having these conversations, is you've got to have the belief that you can overcome the objections. Because the reality is, when you have some confidence, when you have the belief that you can overcome objections actually tend to not show up. They tend to disappear from your world. So the reason why we practice this, the reason why we use these skills, is not so that every time objections come up, you have to say all these words exactly. It's so that you have the confidence that if these objections come up, you can handle them. And just that confidence alone will make 85% of these things go away. And the other 15, you've got some tools for. Okay. So I'm going to make sure you've got these tools before we finish the day. I'll have you pass those back. So today we're going to be looking at, in your script book, you've got this. It's called the 9 most common real estate objections. These can come out a variety of ways. But they are all generally centered around these same things. Okay. So the 4 things you got to understand about objections. The very first is that when people are objecting to you, they are simply telling you that our values are not aligned. Okay, this is the first thing you got to understand. So much harder to do with fingers stick together. But it doesn't look that bad though. Look at that. That's working out. Embarrassing. Got webbed fingers and I can still. Anyway, so the first thing they're trying to tell you is we've got misaligned values. Okay, they're not coming out and saying, Alex, our values are misaligned right now. They're going to object to you by saying something about the price, or something about the house, or something about my friend's an agent, or some other variation of our values are misaligned. Okay, you've got to be able to see through that. So I want to teach you how to read this script, because on the script, this is telling you in the bold print of the 9 most common real estate objections, this is what they're actually going to say to you. Some version of these things. I'm going to just read all 9 really quick. I'm no longer interested in selling. It's not worth that. I want to pay less. I would like to wait to sell. I have a friend in the business. I'm going to use a different agent. I don't want to work with an agent at all, especially for sell-by owners and expireds. I'm going to use the same agent. Okay. This is open houses, expireds for sell-by owners. You name it. This exists. Okay. Will you please cut your commission or cut your fee? We want to think about it and get back to you. and we actually think our house is worth more money. Okay, these are the things that they're going to say to you in the bold print. Right next to the bold print is what they're actually trying to say to you. This is the thing that they don't have words for, and you've got to be able to pick up when you hear these things. So when somebody tells you, I'm no longer interested in selling, they're actually trying to tell you, we have misaligned values because what you thought was supposed to happen, the values you thought I cared about, are no longer the values that I care about. Something in my circumstances have changed. My kids aren't moving. My kids decided to move. Me and my wife decided to stay together. I got the new job promotion instead of getting fired. Whatever it is, something changed. So if I'm no longer interested in buying or selling, something has changed. Your job is now very simply to do what? Anybody know?
Realign the values.
Yeah, realign the values. So if something has changed, what do you need to find out? What is that something, right? What has changed? Okay, so understand what I'm going to teach you here is not going to be this 1980s style of here's some magic words, here's how you isolate the objection, here's how you level shift, and then here's how you overcome it. Okay, I can teach you that, but I promise you that stuff just doesn't work anymore. It's people are too smart for that, and we're not in a world where people actually appreciate that. They actually like you less when you start doing those kind of techniques. Okay, if you just take a second to say, it sounds like something in your situation has changed. What is it? They're much more likely to be endeared to you and to follow what our core values teach you to do, which is to value the relationship over the transaction. All right, so we're gonna go for the relationship in these. Okay, so you understand there's misaligned values. Your job is to figure out which values are misaligned and to get back in line with those things. And this script will help you do that. Okay, so you'll understand what they're trying to tell you and you'll know exactly what you need to do. Okay, the second thing you're going to do is what we've worked on a couple weeks ago, which is just an agreeable acknowledgement. Okay, an agreeable acknowledgement. I can appreciate that. I got it. Makes a ton of sense. I totally understand. What we're going to do is we are going to do what Stephen Covey talks about in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. We're going to seek to understand first, then try to be understood. Okay, you will lower almost all the resistance just by letting people know that you understand their point of view. Okay, the biggest point on this, agreeable acknowledgement. The reason we do an agreeable acknowledgement puts you in alignment. Let me ask you, Mason, when's the last time somebody told you you were wrong, stupid, an asshole, and then you were like, oh, thank God you told me. I can't believe I didn't see it before. When was the last time you said, thank you so much for telling me that? Yeah, never. It's never happened. You see his face. It's like, it's getting hot in here. What the hell is going on? Guys, never, ever, ever. Your job is never to tell your clients that they're wrong. Okay. I promise you, it never works. It never makes you feel good when people do it to you. So you are not going to do it to people. So when they tell you their house is worth $290 and you know it's only worth $250, you're not going to be like, no, we're not doing $250 or we're not doing $290, because immediately now you've made them feel stupid. You made them feel wrong, and nobody wants to work with people who make them feel stupid. Nobody wants to be around people who make them feel silly, who make them embarrassed.
In that situation, would you be like, well, you're trying to get that number, you have to do X, Y, and Z.
We're going to work on it. It's in the script. But yes, that's a great way to do it. It's like, if you like that number, I'm good with that. Let's do these things to make sure we can get there. Right? That's exactly what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to agreeably acknowledge. We're going to say, you want $290. I can appreciate that. That makes sense. $290. Okay, I hear you. Where'd you get that number? Okay, there's a number of things we're gonna do. But the first thing you're gonna do is an agreeable acknowledgement. Okay, we are not. I repeat, we are not, and I'm gonna say this 10 more times this week. We are not telling our clients that they're wrong. Okay, that is the ultimate mistake that rookie salespeople make, and we all do it because we want to be the smartest person in the room because we're the professional. Come on, I got a license. Are you kidding me? Tell me what to do. Okay, so first is an agreeable acknowledgement, and you are not. I repeat, you are not telling your clients that they're wrong. It's over, Anakin. Got the high ground. Okay, the second thing that we're going to do, after an agreeable acknowledgement, we're going to use what we call tactical or strategic you'll hear both these words. Empathy. Okay, strategic empathy is simply, very, very simply, you are looking through this through their point of view. If I was in your shoes, I would see things this way. If I was you, I would believe that too. If I was you, I would want 290 for my house also. That makes perfect sense. Listen, if it's me, I would want to sell my house for $1 million and sail off into the sunset. You can tell everybody how great I am. I would want that exact same thing to happen to you. Okay? Strategic empathy is simply you are looking at this through their point of view, and you're going to see this in the script when we get to it. Okay? And then last but not least, you are going to finish with an unbelievably reasonable question. Okay, in this script, I give you a lot of questions that are very, 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 very difficult to say no to because they're just so unbelievably reasonable. It is an unbelievably reasonable question. Why don't we sit down one day this week? I'll bring you some new information that you can consider. And then from there, you can decide if you want to work with me or work with your friend. Either way is totally fine with me because let's be honest, you're not going to do anything unless it makes sense, right? Yeah, you're not going to do anything unless it makes sense. It's so easy to say yes to that. Very difficult to say no because it's so reasonable. Okay? So when it comes to objections, this is how you handle it. You first understand if you're getting an objection, there's a misalignment of values. They don't see the value that you provide, or they're focused on something that is completely different from what you think they should be focused on. Okay? Then you're going to go with an agreeable acknowledgement. Once you understand these values and you know you got to get back in alignment with these, you're going to agreeable acknowledge. You're going to see things through their point of view. If I was you, I would see things in this such fashion. And then you're going to finish with an unbelievably reasonable question. Okay? So, what I would love for you to do, I would love for you to practice one of the 9 most common real estate objections with your partner. You pick whichever one you want to practice, and then you let them pick one that they want to practice. Okay? Because I want to give you a chance to go through all 9 this week. Because the reality is, you're going to face all of these at some point in your business. Okay? Whichever one you've seen most. Sometimes sometimes it gets scary in here and you got to get up out of there. Okay? So, we've got a little bit of time, 5 months. Okay, she was just telling us how long. Okay, so 9 most common real estate objections. We'd love for you to find a partner and practice these things. That was number 5. Love it.
Alex, like you're a great dude, but I don't think going the agent route's for me. So, sorry.
I totally understand. In this market, you probably don't even need to. If for some strange reason you're not able to take care of this on your own after a few weeks, would you be open to other options under us?
You hear how reasonable that is? Listen to that.
I mean, like what other options? Like, I feel like I'm pretty confident that I can do it on my own. So,
Just plan B of working with an agent, seeing that, getting all the knowledge, so you know that whatever decision you make, it's the best for what works for you.
I guess what other knowledge, like, is there? Like, what? I don't know. What would you teach?
Well, for example, what would be
Aloha knows.
price your property like a real estate agent or appraiser would?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'll think about it for sure. Again, I like it. It's been a good conversation. Am I not being a good role play partner?
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. Very proud of you.
Let's run it again. Run it again, speed round.
Speed round.
A real person can't take it on me.
No risk.
No risk, yeah. Okay. Same one?
Change it up. You Number 8. Hit me with that.
Could you do it? Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, great information, man. I think we're just gonna think it over and then get back to you.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And if I were in your shoes, I would appreciate taking the time to think through a decision this big as well.
Mhm.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what specifically are you guys planning to think through?
I mean, honestly, I think we probably just have to take a look at our finances for one. And I'd want to give my wife all the information that I can, so. Truth be told, we just don't like rushing into big decisions and like to be very calculated, very risk averse. We've got burned with that, so.
Yeah, you just want to make sure you know what you're getting into.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, is there a day this week typically that you guys are together?
We're together every night after 6 for that.
Okay, so if we schedule Wednesday at 6, just as a placeholder, and then if you need to reschedule after you speak with the wife, you can let me know.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be against that. What all do you have in mind?
Just what it would look like if we did work together, and just the strategy that we would put together. So yeah, would that work? And then if you need to, after you talk with your wife, you need to reschedule, you can reach back out and let me know.
Yeah, how would we then settle?
You're very close. You're very close. What's the value he's trying to indicate when he says, I want to think about it? He even actually came out and said some pretty clear things. But what is he trying to tell you that he's missing?
Certain.
Certainty. Okay. I like that. And this is the part that he actually came out and said in plain English. How do him and his wife get certainty?
Getting all the knowledge.
They need more information. That's what they need. So this meeting isn't about them not being able to schedule together. This meeting is about how do you get them all the information that they need so that they can make a decision. Do you have any closes that offer to give them all the information and then they can decide what makes the most sense for them?
Yeah, going over all of the information.
Maybe let's try that close really quick. Try that close.
Well, yeah, we get together this week, we can go over some new information, and then from there, for you to consider.
Hold on. Not new information, because he needs more information. He needs all the information.
Yeah, go over.
So now let's try it with maybe all the information instead of even new.
Okay. Well, yeah, this week we can go over all the information that I have for you to consider, and then from there you can choose to do whatever works best for you.
Yeah. Again, like I just got to take a look at my finances, and then I think we're gonna sit down with the Zillow calculator thing just to see where we're at. So
yeah, well, that it can be tough to do without guidance, but I'd love to do that with you and run you through what that would look like.
you raising your hand?
Yeah.
You jumping in?
You want to try to close it? Go close it. Give it to us.
Well, everybody can hop on Zillow and type in the numbers, but give me there too. Let me do some research, get all of the information available out here on the table for us. And then we can go through everything together. Make sure you guys have thought of every scenario. And if that helps you, that's great. I'd love to be able to help you and move forward with this. How does that sound?
Pretty good.
Not bad, huh? Not bad. There we go.
Well, I'll pop it in. Sounds like you two may need all the information. Just reading this on text, damn, she closed me.
Just reading out a text. It would have worked on a
When
text.
can we meet?
It would have worked on a text.
Just
All right.
You two realtors.
I love
That's terrible.
I love
Didn't even hear your voice.
But Alex, I want to push you because people are telling you what they value the most. So make sure, like, your ability to use the words that they're telling you and just echo those things right back to them will make people be okay with working with you because they now feel understood. So when you say that to me, I say, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. So why don't we do this? Let's not agree to do anything right now because obviously you guys still need to make lots of decisions here. But I'll stop by one day this week. I'll bring you all the information that you need so that from there, you and your wife have everything you need to make an informed decision. And then from there, you can do whatever makes the most sense moving forward. I mean, that sounds fair, doesn't it? Say no to that. Please say no to that. That sounds fair, doesn't it? Because let's be honest, you're not gonna do anything unless it makes sense, right? No, of course you're not. Yeah, so our afternoons or evenings typically, yes. Great. Evenings, I'll see you on Wednesday at 6. Shout out to Aloha.
I
Wednesday
have
at
a
6.
different appointment than what it says.
I apologize for that. All right, I'll let you two go one more time. But 9 most common real estate objections. Let's see if Mason can handle one of his 9 most common real estate objections.
Alright. Oh,
Which one do you get the most from this sheet? Not selling. I want to pay less. Will you cut your commission? Et cetera, and on and on. So many. Aloha's favorite one is I have a friend in the business. She gets that one a lot. She is the friend in the business a lot also. But she also gets it. See, look, there it is. That's the one.
Quote from Aloha.
I got a friend in the business. Just means I just want somebody that I trust. I don't trust that swoopy hair you got, my friend. That makes a ton of sense. And I think most people these days know at least one realtor. And Aloha, sounds like you want to make sure you work with someone you trust. So can I make a recommendation? Can I make a suggestion?
or I want to.
Chances are you end up doing business with your friend anyway. So why don't we just do this? We can still get together one day this week so that you can see what other agents are doing to sell homes. And then at that point, you've at least explored all your options before you make any decisions. I mean, does that sound reasonable?
Homes all the time and I usually sell them around.
Very cool. Yeah, about how many
You all
homes
right?
you do?
Probably.
I had a really good idea.
I
after that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Have you ever made, I mean, I've gotten investor.
Dropping sales knowledge up here.
Didn't run a sewer.
Was it the video?
I did take a picture. Have you ever?
Was it the
Any scenarios like that?
chain you're rocking? It's working today.
Been rocking it.
I know you've been rocking it. That's why your neck is green. I'm just kidding.
See, that's really awesome. I'm glad that the unfortunate thing has to happen to you yet. And that's why I'm here, is to help prevent that. You know, like I said, we did run into that issue with my investor previously, and that's because we were in such a rush to be able to get things done, and we thought that.
Aloha says it does sound reasonable.
Inspections, which I was trying to take a look at, so it really helps to have just a little bit of extra
Right, we can.
guidance or professional opinion on these matters, especially when you're talking about investing money for the long.
Wait,
A piece of cake, huh? On got a little chime in here. It says something to the effect of that will actually get the peeps who haven't had a good experience with their agent in the past, who don't have a strong relationship with their current realtor. Yes, absolutely it will. This is why relationships are more important than transactions. Say that. Say that again. Guys, does this make sense? Does what we're talking about make sense when it comes to objections? Okay, because what I'm teaching you up here is these are not magic words to instantly get people to do things that they never intended on doing. This is our way of effectively doing what we say we are going to do, which is we're going to put relationships ahead of transactions. I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to get you to be honest with me. What is the thing that you really, really need? And then I'm going to take care of you from a relationship standpoint. And by doing that, your opportunity for transactions tends to show up. Okay. And the other thing that happens when you get really, really good at this, you now let people know that you care about them because you talk about what they care about most. Yes. You get in alignment with them so they instantly like you a little bit more. They say, I don't know what it was about that Mason guy, but I like something about him. Okay. You're in alignment with them. You use strategic empathy because salespeople don't talk like this. Salespeople don't look at it from your point of view. They are against you and they're trying to like fight you. You guys seen the TikTok trend where they're like fighting each other, you know, they're trying to throw a jab at you still, but we're not doing that. We're just going to jump on your side. Hey, listen, I'm in the boat with you. We're going to row together. We're going to get up this mountain together. We're going to get up the creek. Okay. And then we just ask very, very reasonable questions. Okay. You're not going to get hard sold here. I know everybody's waiting on real estate agents or any salespeople to hit you with that hard close with the, please, let's do the right thing. Sign the contract now, and then I can get you what you want when you want it. Won't that be great? Okay, the old Mike Ferry scripts. So garbage. We're not doing that stuff. The other natural consequence that will happen to this is people will look at you and they'll say, I've never heard a salesperson talk like this. I've never heard a realtor talk the way that you do. Okay, it's one of the things that creates a memorable experience. It helps you stand out above and beyond people, even without giving out crazy discounts, even without throwing your services around for $0.00. All right. Makes it very, very easy to endear yourself. 2 people who are older than you, 2 people who have other agents in the business, 2 people who don't know if you have the ability to actually help them. They very quickly feel like you do because they realize you speak in a way that other agents just don't do. Okay. That's one of the reasons why we work on this every single day. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to remind you, since it is Tuesday, that you've got to make sure you nail your follow-up, okay? Make sure you take care of the conversations that you're having a second time, a third time, a fourth time. Those people you met at the open house, the people you met at 3 open houses ago, all those people need to hear from you. The follow-up is where all the action actually happens. 80% of your transactions in your career come from the 4th, 5th, 6th time you talk to people. And most agents give up after the 2nd time. So if you just show up the 4th, 5th, or 6th time, you'll be the only one still there. And what does Ed Milet say? The best ability? Availability. Just being there when it's time. All right. Your ability to do that time and time again is going to get you more opportunities than you could ever know. All right. Thank you guys for being here. If you need help with anything, we'll be around all day, rain or shine, hail or not. Actually, if it's hailing, I'm going to the garage at Lifetime. You guys should enjoy that. So.
At Memorial Day.
Sorry for cussing. See you later.
Sorry for cussing.